Hello friends, good morning everybody. So, day before yesterday we have completed our unit 1 and today we are going to start our new unit of BSc second year BSc third year syllabus of cell biology. So, let us start friends. So, in this unit we are going to discuss about the cell division. What is cell division and which are the phases of cell division? So friends, let's start without wasting our time, and here we'll see all the details about the cell division. Okay, so first of all, before going to start about the division of the cell, we must to know about cell division. What is cell cycle? So cell cycle is nothing but the sequential events which occurs inside the cell for the duplication of the DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, then division of cytoplasm and the cell organelles, and produce the two daughter cells, that is called as a cell cycle. So cell cycle consists of different subphases. We'll see here, we'll discuss here. So this is the diagram of interphase. Okay, and interphase, it is the part of the cell cycle. It is the longest phase. Interphase is the longest, means it is just starting from here and ends till the G2 phase. So this is the longest phase. Interphase defines the phase of the cell growth where different metabolic reaction occurs, and this interphase, as I dictate you earlier, it is the longest phase, and in this phase the cell prepare for the mitotic cell division. Mitosis cell division, here I have shown mitosis cell division, and for mitosis cell division the cell is getting prepared through the interphase, and the interphase takes place in the cytoplasm as well as in the nucleus of the cell. Okay, so in this slide we have discussed about the interphase. Interphase is the longest phase of the cell division, and in this phase cell prepare itself to enter into the mitotic phase. It occurs into the cytoplasm as well as in the nucleus. Cell cytoplasm, we know that inside the cell cytoplasm is there, and this interphase occurs inside the cytoplasm as well as in the nucleus. Okay, this one is the longest phase. Now next, this interphase consists of three phases. First one is the G1 phase or first gap phase. It is also called as a pre-mitotic phase. Then second one is the G2 phase. Before G2 phase there is a S phase, that is synthetic phase, and after that G2 phase is there. G2 phase is called as a post mitotic phase. So let's discuss here. So G1 phase, this G1 phase in which the cell organelles grow normal and the cell function synthesizing high amount of the protein. G1 phase is also called as a pre-mitotic phase. In this phase, G1 phase is also called as a first growth phase or first gap phase also, and the function of G1 phase, that is the synthesizing the high amounts of protein. In this phase of G1 phase, cell increases in size and volume, and cell organelles it getting prepared for the production of cell organelles also. The cell can only move to the next phase, that is the synthetic phase, after synthesizing the enough ribosomes. So during this phase the cell is metabolically very active in G1 phase and continues to grow without replication of the DNA. Means in G1 phase replication of DNA is not occur, but the synthesis of ribosomes is there, synthesis of certain proteins are also there. Because of that, cell can enter into the synthetic phase. At this phase, the mitochondria of the cell fuse into the network of mitochondria for effective energy production for cell processes. So as we know that mitochondria is the powerhouse of this energy, powerhouse of the cell. So this mitochondrial cell forms the network for the effective energy production for different metabolic activity of the cell. If the cell cannot divide again, it enters into the G0 phase. Suppose in case certain problem occurs there, so in this phase, the G1 phase, without entering into the synthetic phase, it enters into the G0 phase. Okay. Now let us discuss about the second phase of the cell cycle, that is the synthetic phase. In this phase, cell synthesizes deoxyribose nucleic acid. So synthesis of DNA occurs here, but the number of chromosomes remains constant in this in this phase, and the process is known as a semi-conservative replication. Additionally, new packaging of the protein, that is the histone proteins, wrap around the DNA to make it the stable. And during synthetic phase, more phospholipids are produced, which makes up the cell membrane and the membranes of the cell organelles. So friends, in this synthetic phase, we have to remember which events occurs here. First of all, we know that here synthesis, name as per name only, it suggests that here is the synthesis of DNA occurs. DNA means genetic material, duplication of the DNA occurs, but the chromosome number remains constant here. Point to be noted here, chromosomes numbers are not changing. Whatever the chromosome numbers are there, these chromosome number remain constant, but only the duplication of DNA occurs. Along with this, histone proteins are produced and it getting wrapped around the DNA copies to make it stable. And the third one, that is the synthesis of phospholipid, which is one of the important constituent of the cell membrane, is produced in synthetic phase for the production of cell membrane and another membranes of cell organs, like we know that mitochondria having the double membranous organ, then chloroplast also. So all these membranes consist of phospholipids, and during this synthetic phase, cell produce more amount of phospholipid. Because of that, it helps for the making of cell membrane and cell organelles. Now let us discuss about the last phase of interphase, that is the G2 phase. G2 phase, during this phase, cell continues to growth. Because of that, it have to prepare for the cell division, and we know that after G2 phase or second gap phase, we know that the cell enters into the mitotic phase. So afterward, we'll discuss about the mitotic phase. First of all, we'll discuss about interphase. If you understand interphase very well, then you can understand mitotic phase also as well. Mitochondria in this phase, second gap phase, mitochondria divides and continue to grow until start of the mitosis. Because energy, more amount of energies, ATPs are required when the cell is getting divided, cell division occurs when the cell enters, when cell will enters into the mitotic phase, and so that mitochondria produces more amount of the energy. In fact, it's a more active phase. Also, the plant chloroplast also divides in this phase. So division of chloroplast also occurs in the G2 phase. Synthesis of RNA, proteins, macromolecules which is required for the multiplication of the cell organelles, then spindle fiber formation, means the proteins which are required for the spindle fiber formations are produced here in G2 phase. Cell growth and spindle fiber formation proteins are produced here. Cell prepared to go into the mitotic phase. So this is also called as a post gap 2 phase, and in this phase, as we have already discussed, that cell continues to grow for it prepare itself to enter into the mitotic phase. In this phase, this phase is more metabolically active because mitochondria produce more amount of energy for that, and chloroplast and other cell organelles start to divide along with the synthesis of RNA, proteins, again macromolecules, and the different cell spindle formation. The proteins which are required for the spindle formation and cell growth also produced in this G2 phase, and in this way cell prepares to enter into the mitotic phase. So this one is the last phase of the interphase. Now this is the okay. So now we'll start about the mitotic phase, or simply we call it as a mitosis. Mitosis occurs into the somatic cells. It is responsible for growth, then to recover the wearing and tearing of the body. Multiplication, it is also responsible for multiplication of the cell. So we have all studied about the interphase in our previous slides, and as we have discussed that interphase, it is the longest phase of the cell cycle, and it consists of the three subphases, that is the G1 phase, then synthetic phase, and G2 phase. All the events we have discussed here, and as per that we can define as the cell cycle is nothing but the sequential events which occurs during the growth and division of the cell. So thank you friends. In this lecture we'll discuss only about the interphase, and in tomorrow's lecture I'll explain about the events which occur in the mitotic phase, because the video lecture is getting too long. So this much is sufficient for today. We'll discuss betterly and effectively in tomorrow's lecture about the mitotic cell division. So thank you friends. Bye bye and have a good day.